So here we are. We've talked about willingness. We've talked about awareness. Today we're going to talk about understanding. Before we take action, we need to understand why we're doing what we're doing and why we're not doing what we're not doing, and what is important to do when we want to go from step A, where we currently are, to point B, where we want to be. And understanding is really made up of 4 pillars. And the first one is you as the cave woman. That is our lizard brain way back here, where we make decisions that are mostly based on our very rudimentary needs of safety, of wanting to be part of a clan, of a tribe, wanting to fit in. And we're really coming from a perspective of instinct and quick actions and unconscious decisions that just happen this quickly. And a lot of times it has something to do with self-preservation and self-protection in various stages. And that can happen in your everyday life as well as in your horsewomanship. For example, if your horse has previously swung her butt around towards you and threatened to kick, your brain has taken notice and now is in alert mode. And every time you're with your horse, you're wondering whether that will happen again. And if your horse will make a quick movement, you probably will jump because your brain says you're not safe. And then, of course, we have a problem because then our horse realizes we're not the lead. But that is not the subject of this educational live. If you have questions about that, put it in the comment section. So the idea that we're acting first and foremost as a cave woman, we want to be part of the tribe, we want to fit in, we want to feel safe. Some of your decisions, what you do and what you don't do, will root in this pillar. The next one is your personality, and that is something that we're actually born with. Some people are just more assertive, more confident. Some people are extroverted, introverted. And if you've ever heard of parahumanality, I studied personally with Dr. Patrick Hanley, who was actually the co-founder or co-creator of Humanality with Linda Perelli. And so who we are and what we do has a large extent is our personality, and our actions are often rooted in this pillar. So we could come just from a safety consciousness and from wanting to fit in and wanting to be part of the tribe, or we come from our personality, just how we innately are. Now, number 3 is the story, your story, and how you got to where you are and who you are because of what has happened in your life previously, mostly in our childhood, what we have experienced, how our family was, what kind of religion, in what country you grew up, even the climate, right? All of us, all of that has a certain influence of how we see the world, what we do and what we don't do, and whether that is still helpful for us, because some of those patterns that we created as a child are no longer helpful for us. I remember, for example, my mom used to say that is pure opposition when I had a different opinion or a different taste, and I very quickly learned that my mom would get upset with me if she felt that I was oppositional. And so I became very much a yes person until I was in my teenage years. And I said, Mom, has it ever occurred to you that I actually have a different opinion, that I have a different taste? And believe it or not, from that point on, I cannot remember that my mom ever used this word again. Oh, that's just pure opposition. She didn't say it anymore. So there was some kind of trigger for her when I was not on the same wavelength like her. And what did that cause me to do? I very much did not voice my opinion. I stayed quiet. I said sure. I said yes. And as I became older, that was a big problem. And maybe some of you can relate to that. And maybe you had a completely different childhood. My mom was always super supportive, but that was my big deal. And it also caused me not to be a solution finder, because my mom would always find solutions for me, including going to the teacher and making sure that everything was going well at school, including going to another mom from a child that had upset me. My mom was my fixer. And so as I grew older, I had to learn how to save problems and find solution. And that's why nowadays I am addicted to finding solutions. I call myself a solution finder, right? A puzzle solver and a solution finder. And that is part of what I have experienced as a child. And then the last important pillar where we can make the biggest difference is where we can write our own story, where you can either just turn the page and write a new page, or you start a new chapter. Or some students, when they start to come and study with me in my mentorship, they might just close the book and start completely a new one. And we can do the same thing for your horse. We can create a new chapter in your horse's life by how we show up and what we do and what we don't do. And in my program, I focus on letting go of control and pressure and treat-based training techniques, so that we can actually create interconnection, and so that our horse can feel safe, secure, and confident with us, that we are the lead and we're using lead map principles, we're using female leadership. And you can do that in your horsewomanship as well as in your everyday life. So I've been giving little homework pieces during these lives that I've done this week. This week is today is not different. So your homework is to take those 4 pillars: the cave woman, your personality, the story, how you got the way you are, and then the story that you want to write. And you can either just pick one word that you think, wow, that just fits on that pillar, or you can write a paragraph about it. But think about what is currently going on in your life where you're stuck, where you feel you're not getting what you want, where you feel that you're in a situation that is not conducive for you, where you're not happy, where you can't find joy or peace. What are those 4 pillars that are influencing right now what you do and what you don't do, and how does it influence that roadmap from where you are right now and where you want to be? What do you have to take in consideration? And as I said, if you want my help, this week is free coaching week. I am happy to support you. Several students have already taken advantage of that. And that is my way of providing a community service. In these crazy times that we live in, I feel it is absolutely important that we connect and support each other. And like I said, this is my community service. So have a wonderful good night if you're watching it tonight. If you're watching it tomorrow, have a wonderful weekend, and consider that I put it somewhere in the comment section that Cultivate Your Calm and Safe and Secure Ride workshop is happening tomorrow. I always create a mini course out of the recording, so you get a workbook and you get extra additional footage with lifetime examples of what we're talking about, but also the fact that you have lifetime access. And if you are a current student and you are in my Genuine Connections Horsewomanship group, whether you've bought a workshop previously or whether you're buying this workshop now, or whether you have my 30-day Get Started with Interconnection course, it doesn't matter. Every student gets to be in the support group where I do at least 2 monthly Q&As, where I post weekly problem-solving tips, and where I also do specials like this 90 days set and achieve your goal session on Sunday. And there are a few spots left. hop in the group, check it out in the featured section and secure your spot if you want to have a clear, customized roadmap for yourself, but also for your horse, for your everyday life, as well as for your horsewomanship. And as always, be blessed. And like I say in my mentorship group meetings, with lots of love, because love makes everything better, including our horsewomanship. Be blessed. Bye now.